Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message and I want to ask you a question. Do you feel safe? Let me ask you again. Do you feel safe? I know you all are probably wondering, why am I asking you this question? Well, I'll tell you why I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you who clicked play on this video message, do you feel safe? Because there are so many people who do not feel safe around the people who claim to love them. There are some of you, you may not feel safe around the people who tell you you can trust them. You may not feel safe around certain family members. You may not feel safe around certain friends. You may not feel safe because you have had moments and experiences and points in your life where you were vulnerable, you shared certain secrets with people, you confided in certain people, and when an argument broke out between you and those people, or a disagreement broke out between you and that person, or something went wrong and there was tension in the midst of the situation, everything that you confided in a person about, everything that you told the person, the secrets you shared with them, and fears that you had, and certain things that you have gone through, that person or those different people went and told a bunch of people. And in the midst of them telling people everything they knew about you, certain secrets you shared with them about yourself, it caused those people to come and disrespect you. They start to spread your personal business around. They started to laugh at you. They started to mistreat you. Or when they were in your presence, they didn't feel like they had to conduct themselves a certain way, and you got hurt or you got offended. I am here to tell you all, the biggest thing that you have to do in your life, outside of you doing many other things, you need to make sure that you feel safe around people who are in your circle. If you right now are looking at people who are in your life and you are saying, I don't feel comfortable telling her or him certain things. I don't feel comfortable talking to my grandmother because my grandmother, she opens her mouth a lot. When I share certain things with her, she's going to go back and tell my mother. She's going to go back and tell my father. Some of you all, you may look at certain friends you have and you don't feel safe to open up, be vulnerable, or share certain things with them. To go deeper, a lot of you all, you don't even feel safe as far as your very life goes around certain people because you have seen their character on display. You have seen how they have treated people in their life. You have seen how they have acted once you've bumped heads with them. You have seen their attitude and the mentality that they have when certain things arise in different scenarios. And so now you're at a point and you're at a place where you simply don't feel safe. Today, don't wait until 2024. Don't wait until next week. Don't wait until you plan a day to have lunch or have tea with this particular friend or this particular family member. Whoever it is, if you do not feel safe, it is a reason why deep in your spirit you are not feeling safe around particular people or a particular person. One thing that I can tell you about God is that when you don't recognize the voice of God and when you do not know if God is saying something to you, God will begin to put you in the midst of people and situations, and you will start to see how they act. You will start to see how they conduct themselves when something kicks off. You will begin to see their character exposed and on full display in front of you, and then you can use what they call reasonable deduction, and you will already know, okay, I see how she acts when she falls out with someone. I see how he acts when he falls out with someone. I know that I cannot go to a particular aunt or uncle and share certain things with them, because they're going to tell another aunt or another uncle, or they're going to go to my mother or my father and tell them what I was vulnerable with them with. And now my mother and father are going to come down on me, and this is going to cause tension with my mother and father and our relationship, or in the household if you live with them. I think that a lot of people make the mistake of second guessing themselves when it comes to how they feel in the presence of people. And a lot of you all, your relationships with some of the people that you feel very uncomfortable and unsafe with, they have gone on for so long, but you continue to give certain people or a certain person the benefit of the doubt. And what is one of the things that people look at when they're giving someone the benefit of the doubt? You all may look at, well, there is a lot of history with me and this particular friend. We went to college together. We went to high school together. I was with her when a certain family member died. I was with her every step of the way. When she lost her mother, when he or she lost her father, when they lost their child, I was with them. I nursed them back to health when they were heartbroken. I nursed this person back to health when they broke up or had a bad divorce with the husband or wife. A lot of you all have been in different scenarios where you will continuously second guess yourself, and you will continuously give someone the benefit of the doubt because of your history with them. And then what a lot of people also do, they will say to themselves, well, I have a lot of history with this person, but I feel indebted to this person. I feel like because in my lowest points and in my hard times in life, this person had my back. This person was around me. They fed me when I was hungry. When I needed clothes, they gave me the shirt off their back. When I needed a place to stay because I was facing homelessness or an eviction, they opened up their door and they allowed me to come and lay my head where they stay. When I was running low on cash, they sent me money. Anything that you've gone through, the very people or person you feel now uncomfortable with, some of you all, you may not really even know why you're now in this season feeling uncomfortable around certain people. You probably don't really understand why you don't feel safe around certain people, and it's not coming out of nowhere. For a lot of you all, God is simply placing you in a position and in a place to see with your very eyes who people are. Sometimes, see, let me break something down to you all, and I think I've told you all this before. God knows where to meet you at. Get excited about that. Get really happy about that, because I'm here to, just as a vessel of the Lord, I'm here to really uplift and encourage a lot of you. And I want you all to be excited about the fact that sometimes God, he will come to the level that you're at. If he knows that your spiritual eyes are not open, and if he knows that he has not necessarily gifted you with a spirit of discernment, or you have not come into the knowledge and understanding that you can be a discerning person, what God will do is allow things to manifest itself in front of your face. And so it's your job to act accordingly. You're not acting accordingly because of the fact, again, you all feel obligated to keep certain people in your life because they had your back when you were struggling, or you fell off, or you failed at something. They had your back when they were losing people close to them in their life. You were there, okay, for them when they went through something. But now something has shifted. Something has changed. Now you feel different. Now you feel like when your back is turned, the person or different people who, like I said, claim to love you or tell you that you can trust them, or they say, I'm your day one, I'm your ride or die, I'm your biggest fan. I'm your cheerleader. Now you feel unsafe around them. You feel like when your back is turned, that if some type of harm was to come to you, that that particular person or those people are behind it. You feel in your heart that they may be the culprit to why certain things are unfolding in your life. Some of you all, you have a lot of chaos that is getting kicked up in your life. Chaos is getting kicked up with your children. Chaos is getting kicked up in your finances. Chaos is getting kicked up in your marriage. Chaos is getting kicked up at your job. Chaos is getting kicked up with your very safety. And you're wondering, where are these things coming from? What is happening here? I don't understand it. You have got to look at the company that you are keeping. You have got to look at who are the people that you've been sharing a lot of your personal business with. Who are the people that you have been telling intricate details about certain areas of your life? Let's say one of you all, you stepped out and you told that close friend that you are being abused by your husband. Now, you know for a fact you haven't told anybody else, not one soul, but this one particular friend, that your husband is cheating on you or he is abusing you. And then all of a sudden, when you get around the husband, his level of abuse towards you now is heightened. It's heightened. Could it be that that particular friend maybe have said something to a friend that was close to the husband, and the husband is not going to uncover them, but his abuse towards you will increase, and you feel the shift. You feel the shift. A lot of things will come to you a lot easier when, like I said, you use reasonable deduction. When you know you've only told one person a particular thing. It doesn't even have to be with your marriage. You could tell a friend, well, I'm having a hard time at work. I'm on thin ice. They're talking about letting me go. They're downsizing, and I am one of the people on the list that they are going to remove out of the office. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my mortgage. I have to pay my car note. So I just have some things that I need to iron out. And then you begin to see different things financially change in your life. Could it be that the one person you shared that thing with about your job, now they are possibly speaking against you? Could it be that they went back and they told that one personal thing that you shared with them about your job to several other people? All I'm telling you all is that if you do not feel safe, and it goes deep, because if you don't feel safe physically in the presence of a particular person or people, you really need to pay attention and listen to what you're feeling in your spirit. We're not doing the whole, I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt because I have history with them. I've been BFFs with this friend for 15 and 20 years. Oh, when I was down and out, this person took me in. They clothed me. They gave me food. They put shoes on my feet. Oh, when I was having a hard time, they took my kids in and they helped to raise my children. They helped to feed my children. They gave my children clothes and food. They did so much. I can't cut this person off. Oh, it's okay. I can continue to go around this particular family member. That's my auntie. That's my favorite aunt. That's my favorite cousin. That's my favorite uncle. I love my brother. I love my sister. But hey, listen, if you do not feel safe, if you feel like some type of physical hurt or harm will come to you by the hands of the people who are text messaging you and they are calling you, if you feel like you cannot be vulnerable around a certain person, because when you shed tears about something, when you are afraid to tell someone that you may be in danger, and you go to that one friend or you go to that one family member and tell them, if you feel like it is not going to remain between you and that particular friend or family member, you really need to start cutting people out of your life. I am also here to tell you that sometimes, to be 100% real, we don't have the strength to let somebody go. Because when you love someone and when you really care about someone, sometimes to see a character flaw in people, it does not discount overall who they are. You can see someone that abuses drugs or alcohol, but they are a beautiful person and they are reliable when it comes to having your back. You may need to take care of something in your home. You may need to have them come and support you when you just are down and out or you're depressed. They are funny. They uplift you. You love their company. That's just one example. But there are also some people who you see a character flaw in them, and you know that outside of that, they are a very intelligent person. You may know that, yeah, this person believes in God, but these certain things about their character has not been healed. They have not been delivered and set free from it. They have not put it on the altar for God to clean it up. But I know that in a lot of situations I've experienced with them, that they mean well. Sometimes, honestly, all of us have been guilty of it. We will do inventory, and before we think about axing somebody out of our life, we will go down the line and look at all the beautiful, great things about that person. And we will hold on to someone a lot longer than we are supposed to. And your emotions get caught up in it. Your feelings get caught up in it. You start to feel convicted or guilty about it because you look at the things they've done for you. And you would feel like, hey, you know what? I'm a fake friend. I'm a phony friend. I'm a phony family member because I cut this person off and I left them and they've done so much for me. You have got to start doing inventory, because when you keep having a certain feeling about the same person or the same people, and it is a repeated thing, you have got to know when God is speaking to you. Please, guys, stop thinking that when God speaks and when God reveals, that it's always going to be through a prophet. God is not always going to send a prophetic voice to you to warn you about someone or warn you about something. You are not always going to get the revelation of something when you go to church on Saturday or on Sunday. Because some people, they go to church on Saturday, some people go to church on Sunday. Whatever the case is, you're not always going to have the first lady confirm something for you or warn you about something. You're not always going to have your pastor come to you and give you a word and tell you this person is doing this person is doing that. You're not always going to have the friend who you do trust, they've been tried and true. They're not always going to come and tell you, you know what, that person right there, you need to cut them off. Your mother is not always going to come to you, or your father's not going to always come to you and say, you know, son, you know, daughter, I see this in that friend. I see this in that particular person that you hanging with. Cut them off. You need to dismiss them. You are not always going to get knowledge or a revelation or an uncovering of somebody or something through people. Sometimes God will just allow things to play out right in front of your face. He will allow people to play right in front of your face repeatedly. And every single time you think, okay, they was, you know, a little upset today. They were irritated today. They had a hard day at work. Their kids was acting up. The dog ran away. The cat knocked over the flower pot. No. God is showing you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, who these people or that person is. And one of the indications that it's time for you to remove yourself and to cut certain people out of your life is if you don't feel safe. Before I get up out of here, let me say this. Question yourself about if you are not feeling safe with the person or people that you live with. Question yourself if you do not feel safe around the person you've been allowing to come into your home or you're hanging with them. Question yourself about, do you feel safe with the person you're talking to on the phone and the person you're text messaging? If you are feeling uneasy, if you are not sure where you stand with a person, if you have gotten to the place or to the point you don't trust telling certain things to a certain person, you've got to know that that could very well be a sign and an indicator that that person is not safe for you. You need safe people in your life. You need safe people that you can trust. You need safe people that you can be vulnerable with on your worst day. Don't be a fool. Don't be ignorant and feel like any human being. This goes for me. This goes for you, and you, whoever. Don't be a fool and think that because you come across somebody that is trustworthy, that is beautiful, and they have a very close relationship with God, that you're not going to see them have a bad day. See, a lot of times we put this high level of expectation in certain people or a certain person, and we feel like we would never see them vulnerable, or we would never see them fail, or we would never see them at a low point. That's a given. I think that pretty much goes without saying. However, when you are strongly feeling like, I cannot trust this person with anything, I cannot trust them to talk about something going on in my marriage where I know they'll pray for me. I cannot trust this person to talk about my children because they're going to give me sage advice that can help me. I cannot trust this person to cry and break down to them because I am scared, because I don't know where my next meal is going to come from. I don't know if I'm still going to be in my house tomorrow. I don't know if I'm still going to be in my car. I don't know if I'm losing my mind. I don't know if I'm about to get a bad report from the doctor. I'm here to tell you, if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel comfortable, if you cannot be vulnerable around certain people, it's time for you to remove yourself. Or it's time for you to let them go in the direction that they feel they need to go. And that is the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay, it's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.